with the...
Not like that.
How do you do it?
You don't know how to flip a coin?
Okay, so you do it that way.
I do it
He
that
does
way.
it the underway. I was going to do it like the overway, but he does it the underway.
Watch John fuck it up.
Well, John is going to fuck it up.
Because he's drink. He's a little slosh.
You are drink right now.
See,
look at how drink you are.
Look how drink I am.
Oh my god.
Look how drunketh
But
you
it's
are.
the underhand.
I am shooketh.
Shooketh and drunketh. All right. I feel like you're going to hit the damn microphone trying to play. Welcome to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. John Jeffrey over here trying to fucking flip a coin. We can't do it.
Yes, this is John Jeffrey here, and I'm stealing your thunder. As a guest star today, we have Mr. Ryan Moreau.
Oh, Ryan Moreau, huh?
Ryan Moreau?
Ryan Moore.
Okay, close enough.
See what happens when John
Ryan
tries to
M,
be
so it hurts
the guy?
It's okay.
My ability.
Just sit there.
I'll just sit
Sure,
here.
you guys go ahead. I'll just join in.
I'm sorry.
So, Ryan, welcome to the podcast. Thanks for coming.
What up,
Yes, it's very nice to have you.
Ryan's a friend of ours from our lovely job.
Yes.
Our work location.
Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say.
Even though a couple podcasts ago he admitted to it anyway, but we are on a track of avoiding naming the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the mystery is everything.
Exactly. So let me tell you why Democrats are bad.
No,
I'm just kidding. We're not jumping in that hard. Unless you want to.
Don't forget to kind of like lean in.
What? Lean?
Yeah.
Both of us?
Yeah,
lean.
lean a little bit.
Do we have to be kissing at this point?
Sort
Yes,
of, the
no.
way he wants things done.
You have to
We're gonna
drink
get
a
really-
lot more for
We're
this
going
to
to
be
get really
acceptable.
cozy with each other, Ryan.
going
I know
on?
you're leaving and everything.
Oh my god.
Hi, Ryan.
We're a little too close here.
How you doing?
Oh, how's it going?
Oh, my God. All right, okay.
Kissing.
Close enough, Ryan.
Yeah, that's close. That's
Other
good.
Ryan,
That's good.
2 or you're 2.0
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
A lot of people call me Scotty.
No, I'll be
so-
1.0 because 2.0
We'll
always
call you
comes after.
SonScotty just for the podcast. I know that's what it's under, but anyway,
There you go.
here we are
I have two names.
in the beginning of the podcast. Here we go.
Here we are.
Do we want to get the... Nope, never mind. We'll do it at the end.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, do we got a drop? Do we have like a
Oh, are we
theme
gonna
drop?
do like the?
Not a theme drop, but plugs. We'll do it at...
No.
You
Let's
wanna
get
do
it
it
out of
now?
the way now.
Come
shouts
see
out to my
our
dad,
stream.
Yashua Thomas Elmonroe at the 8th day, making you those topicals that will take away your nasty skin issues.
You still haven't got me them. Take a look.
I know.
Take a look at that
left,
nonsense.
You left
that
before
Dried
I was
skin,
able to last time.
It's not even the doctor didn't say it was.
John's not
It's just
very serious
disgusting
about
dry
getting
skin.
it all done. That's why I didn't get
Well, I
it.
do.
Yeah, no, Ryan didn't give me any, so maybe he'll give me some from 8th day and stuff.
Pause.
So I can validify?
Validate.
Validate.
Bring
Validation.
validity
shit.
to.
Or his father's shit. But I would like it. Bring it on over. I'll take it.
Yeah, I got you. We'll go
Anyway,
ahead.
so also too, my plug, because we're shameless, Broken Strings. They perform almost every weekend at your local bars. I went to Brooklyn right there. Follow them on their Facebook and or Instagram at Broken Strings. You'll get all their dates. I know at the May 31st to May 3rd, they're going to Pennsylvania, and that's where I'm going. So that'll be nice and fun. So the plugs are out of the way.
Oh, my plug too.
You've got a plug?
I got a plug.
Oh, hold on, man. You can't just come to the podcast with a damn plug.
One more
you
plug.
Gotta pay for this shit.
One more plug. Connor Mankiewicz, his podcast. Make sure you listen to it.
Filmcast.
Always the movies. What's it called again?
Filmcast.
Yeah, Filmcast.
It's on
Filmcast.
SoundCloud.
I was on there before.
Yeah, I know. I heard
With
you.
I was also on there. You know who wasn't on there? John Jeffrey.
I wasn't invited. Even though he always talks to me every day at work about movies. Connor.
He doesn't think enough of you to invite you to his
Well, he came over
humble
yesterday.
abode.
Yeah, well, that's
Came over to
something.
my place.
Yeah. All right, Ryan, your plug, please.
I don't have a plug. I was just messing with you guys.
So, Detective Pikachu.
Oh, dude.
Detective Pikachu.
All right, hold on. Yeah, that's cool. I want to get into that.
There we go.
Okay, well, first off, I have an opinion. Just before anything
Sure,
else.
yeah. Go ahead.
So
You're the guest.
it's. I think that Detective Pikachu is going to hit that right now.
Right now.
Yep.
It's got
I
Ryan
think so
Reynolds.
too, dude.
It's going to hit my ass.
I want to say this first. When I first saw the first trailer, I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? Are you kidding me? Fucking live action Pokemon? This is trash. Then I saw the second trailer with Mr. Mime. Brilliant! How brilliant was that to make Mr. Mime a mime and
Ryan
make him
Reynolds
do what he does?
is Detective Pikachu.
You can't-
That
Who?
sold me immediately.
Who is?
It's
Ryan
like
Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought you
like
said Marlon
Michael
Brando for a
Scott
second.
yelling
Excuse me.
parkour.
Marlon Brando?
He doesn't exist anymystery.
I'm trying to solve a mystery. Yeah, an offer you can't
What about
refuse.
Danny DeVito?
Mystery.
Oh, that would be interesting.
A mystery,
Oh!
mystery you can't tell me the details about.
No, Ryan Reynolds is going to be great.
Right. And I'm going to correct on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yeah, but fuck that childish nonsense.
No,
The Last Skywalker. That's more important than
I haven't
anything.
seen the trailer, and I said I was going to see the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer.
Oh my god.
Watch it right now as we're recording.
As we're recording.
Like, what is with you?
Yeah.
How are we supposed to talk about shit if you don't see shit?
I know, god damn it. And he's new to the podcast.
Listen, man, I didn't want to watch it and be fucking let down.
I mean,
Let down?
What do you mean
No,
let down?
it's J.J.
I
Abrams
was
again,
scared.
baby. It's gonna be solid.
Oh, it's not the other stupid dude?
No, it's J.J.
What's his name, Ryan Johnson?
Ryan Johnson was the second
him.
movie. J.J. Abrams is back, baby.
He was 7, right?
Yeah.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, yeah. So
Dude,
the
I didn't know. I
what
swear
was
I
the
thought it
first
was
one?
Ryan
The
Johnson.
Force Awakens was J.J. Abrams. Then it was Ryan Johnson for The Last Jedi.
We don't
Sorry, I didn't
talk
mean to
about
hit
The
you
Last
there.
Jedi. I don't care.
No, because it's a disappointment.
I
It is
thought
a
Ryan
disappointment.
Johnson
Now,
was this
J.J.
one
Abrams
too.
is back, and he's gonna make a kick-ass fucking movie.
All right, I'm
like
about
if
to
it-
watch it. I'm about to watch it.
Okay. Well, we need to talk so it's not dead air.
Right. Well,
You want to talk? Well, dead air.
That.
We can't do this. It's like a 2-minute trailer. So, okay, so he's watching it currently, so let's talk about other things.
Like.
How about that weather?
Oh my gosh! 77
Tomorrow,
out today.
high of 76.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Looking at, how do you like that Razer phone?
It's actually been quite banging. Powerful. Don't have any issues with it. Just smooth across the board.
Yeah, that was going to be my phone. I was going to buy, like, outright with cash.
Oh yeah.
It was the contingency, though. It was either that phone or I open up a credit card at a certain place, which I didn't think I would get, so I would get the Note 9. Yeah, exactly.
Like that's an amazing
$500.
deal. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so I was gonna get that on the contingency that I couldn't get the
Did you get it?
card. And I did, and now I have the Note 9.
Oh, you poor thing.
Which also makes me a hypocrite, because I've bitched against that certain credit card for a lot of times.
Yeah. Well, now you don't have a choice.
But now I owe BB
Why is it always
$40 a month for the next 2 years.
That's a big booty,
Giant booty,
giant ass.
who also pays my paycheck.
That where you put your mug on.
Oh my God, Orlando.
Lando, that's what I came in talking about. That's what I was talking about. I didn't know he didn't see it.
Yeah. That's yeah.
He's understanding now.
He's the hugs. The hugs are real.
The light side of the Force is with you, Ryan.
Oh, and did you guys see the trailer for the new
The
Star
Clone
Wars?
Wars? Fuck yeah.
No, not for the Clone Wars.
Or the Fallen Order.
Yes, Fallen Order.
There's a lot of shit that came out for, like, Star Wars. There was this, obviously, The Last Skywalker. Then they did the Fallen Order game. And then, I don't know if you're into it, but they did the Clone Wars Season 6.
No, and I've never watched the
Oh, I
animated
love
stuff.
it. Oh,
I gotta get into it, but I've gotta still.
Okay.
I gotta
Oh,
watch.
it's fantastic. But
You're
it was
talking about
but it
Clone
was
Wars?
all the
watch-
same week. It
I
was
gotta
a
watch
busy week.
Game of Thrones first.
Are you talking about Clone Wars?
Dude, don't even get me fucking started.
Talking about Clone
don't-
Wars?
oh,
Are you
Jesus
fucks talking about Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
season 6 is
I'm
coming out. They
excited.
released
I'm
the trailer.
fucking
It was
There's
all
a
in the
trailer?
same week. All in the same week.
I'm
The
another-
Clone Wars Season 6, The Last Skywalker, and Fallen Order. The
I'm just an uncultured
Star Wars
swine.
game. I don't think that makes you an uncultured swine. I guess in the eyes of Star Wars people, but
Yeah, right. I didn't know they were canon on it. What was it? The first one, the first animated series was made not canon. Rebels. That was made
Rebel
Legacy.
was made Legacy, uncanon. EU also expanded universe.
Wait, hold on. Are you
but
saying
the
that
Clone
Grand Admiral
Wars?
Thrawn isn't canon?
No.
Oh,
But they
Thrawn
did
is so
make
powerful.
the 5 seasons of the Clone Wars show. They made it canon. So now it's going to be season 6 canon.
What they're also talking about is
That gives me a boner.
people are it's not rumors anymore. They're through the pipeline. People are saying that there's going to be a third Knights of the Old Republic. No,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I love the Knights of the Old Republic
Well,
game.
and I like the. No, don't get me wrong. I liked it, but you got to appeal to. the generation who's
I'm
playing
sorry,
games, I don't think they like it.
Wait,
I'd love it. Don't
everybody,
get me wrong.
people are too caught up with automatic, like, instant response.
Or just action stuff right away, immediate. I get that.
And that's why Force Unleashed did so poorly on its second round.
I loved the first time, though.
The first one was great.
Force Unleashed, the first?
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yep.
Second one was just, okay, let's just do this again.
Give him another lightsaber.
Yeah, give him two. Give him two lightsabers.
What's better than one? Two.
But you get to mix and match colors.
Oh my god.
One's red, one's blue,
Oh.
one's yellow, one's green.
It's so stupid.
It was horrible. But, no. But I see, the thing is, too, I would have liked that this Fallen Order, it would have been, not RPG, because I don't mind the action shit, if it's done correctly and stuff. With a little, like,
Well, we still don't know what it is.
No,
there's
we
no
won't.
gameplay, no nothing. You know, we've got.
But what is defined is your character and your lightsaber.
And that kind of ticks me off is you can't make your own character
Or lightsaber.
No multiplayer, no nothing.
I'm fine with the EA. I am fine with no multiplayer.
Well, you're
John,
getting
you didn't even play Battlefront. Shut up.
yeah, because
It's
look
not-
at what they
because
did.
you
It's
didn't
not
even
played
EA.
Battlefront 1. Did play Battlefront
that
2.
was all-
Fuck that nonsense.
that was all dice.
Battlefront 2 is amazing.
The reason why I'm angry
Battlefront
that
2 is amazing.
the only
The
reason
fuck you just say to me?
You haven't even play it and say that.
No.
Play it and say that.
Refuse.
It's so good now.
No.
Okay.
You don't
missing
get
out
to
on
be
something
better
amazing.
later. You get to be good
Yes, you
right
do.
away.
Yes,
No.
you do. Look at Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, but they lost like 90% of their player base, and,
And
the
now-
10%
and now
is
they
what they're
have it-
coddling to.
And now
And
they have
also
it
the Star Wars
bigger than ever.
The fan base
Strange.
that they're appealing to. You're talking about a hardcore fan base. Star Wars fans aren't just going to sit there and say, "Oh, we'll deal with it later."
Unless you take like a
People who like
Warframe
Star
where it's like
Wars.
8 fucking years since release, and then like 5 to 6 years in, you get a big headline from like Skill Up from YouTube, and then everybody flocks back.
But it shouldn't be that way.
Right.
Anyway,
Right.
you should release. And I understand that you have to patch it later to like.
It's a
later from
multiplayer
release date.
game. Like it's not
Yeah.
like a single player game where you come across a broken aspect of the game.
And
it
then
really
they
doesn't
fix it.
hurt the
But
game.
also, I'm glad that Fallen Order is single player only.
I'm kind of not. Here's the reason why. Respawn Entertainment was the people that split up from the Activision Call of Duty.
Yeah, but
what
even
was
for
it?
when's the last Star Wars
Infinity
single player
Ward.
game? Besides the shitty. Well, the first one was good. The second one wasn't.
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
Yeah, that was it. But the reason why I'm a little bit annoyed is because Respawn had great multiplayer when it came to like Titanfall 2. Had amazing multiplayer. Got shit on because it was released in between Battlefront.
Well, either way, those Titanfall shit they're highly regarded.
Yeah,
And
and
anyway.
Apex Legends. That's who made them.
And another thing too, the writer for this new Fallen Order is the same one who did Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Oh, I'm in it. I'm in it.
Yeah, so
I'm in it now.
If single player is the cost I have to bear, I'm fine.
I just don't want a pure action-based thing. Like I like.
But how
progression.
can you? Your writer is the Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Right. And
was a
there's
solid
nothing.
game.
Well, that had a good storyline to it. I think the
I'm just
gameplay
chilling over
elements
here while
need
these
a lot of
two, like,
customization, though.
Fan out.
For the Knights of the Old Republic 2, I've got bad news. They're probably not updating that game anymore.
No, I meant like the
And
Last
everything.
Order,
Fallen Order.
Fallen Order.
Hardcore nerd. Ryan has something to say.
No, I was just over
Let's
here
have
like
Ryan say something.
whispering in the ears of our listeners, telling them how much of nerds you are.
Ryan isn't as much of a nerd as I am. He's not a Star Wars fan. Fulfill your path to the dark side.
I do other things.
Well, go ahead, Ryan. Say what you want to say out loud.
Do you like football? I don't remember ever having this. I know you don't like sports ball.
I'm not a sports
Neither
ball
do
person.
I.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What are you talking
I was
about?
gonna say the Bills' schedule looks pretty easy this year, but
Yeah, easy to not watch.
because you're not a sports ball fan,
Well, no, I just don't like disappointment.
and you're not a sports ball fan, so
I did like hockey.
that's
Yeah,
not a
then
ball.
they let me down there too, the Sabres.
It's not
Right.
a ball. It's a puck.
But in our lifetime, the Bills haven't done anything impressive at all.
You know, the last
Yes,
sport I
they
actually
have.
got into was lacrosse.
Not really. The last time they got to...
not in your lifetime. In
The
my
la-
lifetime, they did.
They didn't reach a Super Bowl in your lifetime for the last time.
Yes, they did.
When were you born?
1995?
I was born in '94.
1995.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
They went to the. Only team ever to go to the Super Bowl 4 times
and lose every time. So Buffalo, here we
have
go.
A record. Yeah,
let's raise a toast for Buffalo for sucking 4 times in a row.
All right, this podcast is trash. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about something. What are we talking about?
Because you can't relate to what me and John are talking about. I'm taking this over.
I know Knights of the Old Republic. Okay, I know Knights of the Old Republic. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
All right, what are we talking about, John?
we were just talking about Knights of the Old Republic. You came in with the Bills, and then we got scared.
We got real scared.
If you want to, do you want to talk about normal things that normal people like now?
What's
because you just did a post on Facebook that I thought was very interesting.
What was it about Notre Dame?
Well, you shared a post, then you made a comment. It was about a livable wage.
Oh yes,
on the Facebook that you bring it up
on the Facebook. So
on the Facebook. So she, as much of a pompous asshole as she can be sometimes,
Katie Porter,
not wrong.
Yes,
and I love J.P. Morgan CEO's responses. I'll look into it.
I'll have to see about that.
So anyway, what this lady, what's her name again? What's the representative?
Katie Porter.
Katie Porter, Representative Katie Porter, mentioned and she used the even a higher point at like $16 minimum or wage at J.P. Morgan
for a single mother and a child.
Yeah, a child, not multiple, just a mom and a kid. Mm-hmm. At $16 an hour, which is $35 and change a year, and then she breaks down, and they're left with what, like negative $500 every month,
right? And that's
bills?
Not even including like any sort of like clothing. That's not including.
No, that was like food, roof, and
that
water.
Was literally the basics.
Where are they living?
It wasn't even.
Well,
internet.
that's what we judge our poverty line off of.
Where are they living?
We don't judge it off of those other things. We judge it off of your food, your minimum like caloric intake, and clothing.
Where are they living?
Oh, it really doesn't matter where you're living too much.
It kind of does, because if you live in a big-ass house, no wonder you have negative $500 on a $35,000.
$500-$600.
While working at J.P. Morgan, though. So it's important to know where this demonstration is coming from. But the point is that $16 an hour leaves you at negative $500 every month.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that $16 by yourself is enough to raise a kid.
No, it's not.
It's not.
I think 2 $16 an hour jobs would be
right, but then you got to
pay. 216 would be good, but the point is that those 216, especially at an institution like J.P. Morgan, that bank has been around for what, 70 years, 80 years. So that's a place, and the CEO is what makes millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. So the point is, he can oh God, I'm going to sound like a communist, even though I'm a Republican. But the point is, there can be a livable wage. 16 isn't enough in that certain job. I'd say 20, maybe 25.
To be the janitor at J.P. Morgan? Because what are we talking about?
No, she was a bank teller.
She's a bank teller.
A bank teller was used in this demonstration.
Do you think the bank teller should get $25 an hour?
Yeah, why not?
At J.P. Morgan, sure.
Why not?
Or at any bank.
So what's the credentials that getting that job then? Anybody can get it?
Why not? So here's
I get why not, but I'm saying like what makes that job worth $25 an hour to be a bank teller when I know that people working at M&T
but this
get
also
like
pulls
$16,
up to the research that
$17.
Ryan M. Well, that doesn't help.
More.
I'll just use your full
name. His name's Ryan. Just call him
Moore.
Ryan. Jesus.
Well, I know, but there's 2 Ryans.
I'm
Ryan Moore and Sons. Okay, fine. Ryan Moore did some research that took a matter, 5 minutes for you?
2.
The institutionalized federal wage is supposed to be, or federal minimum wage is supposed to be a livable wage. Now, obviously, back then it was FDR, wasn't it?
Yes.
Who made the minimum wage, and obviously it was in wartime, but either way, it was a livable wage for 1941, and that's fine. So, like $15 a week is a good fucking salary for 1941.
Well, it wasn't 15 back then.
Well, you know what? I'm just trying to break down the difference. But like $15 a week is good back then. $15 a week isn't good now, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, that research was coming in the lieu of my uncle actually responding to my Facebook post. He's like, ridiculous, flipping burgers for that much. And I'm like, what are you comparing it to in my head? What are you comparing it to?
Your wife built tanks.
Right.
For a lot of money.
For a livable wage. And they were looking at all the sweatshops and the women making all these things while they were in wartime. And they were like, yeah, these people can't support their families while their husbands are out
at war.
So they wanted to enact a federal minimum to make it a livable wage based off of how much money is spent a month on basic necessities, rents, and just anything else that they needed. The problem is inflation has ran rampant for the last 100 years in the United States. Even if you put it at a minimum $15 an hour is not going to cut it. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, you don't need any qualifications for it." Well, if you're looking at the things you do need qualifications for, the problem isn't why are burger flippers getting 15 to 20 an hour. The problem is why aren't
there more car factory jobs that can give you $15 an hour?
Why isn't there
manufacturing jobs?
Why isn't like our ambulance drivers, our doctors, or people who are making near minimum wage,
who often get shat on,
right? Not making more because they have the qualifications for more. And there's the problem is people don't want to realize that it's not so much why do burger flippers should get paid more. It's why is our minimum so low for people who have qualifications.
I'd also argue too that the main problem, because even I'm a conservative, as everyone knows, I'm all for that. That's fine. But the problem is the way that we look at that minimum livable wage now, because we always like to compare it to back then. But the difference is, then they specifically designed it because the men were at war and women were at home alone making a minimum wage. What they haven't tweaked it to incorporate men and women who want to work. They haven't incorporated it that way.
It's not
or rationing. They haven't took into account rationing. Obviously, we're fine with everything we have. We're not rationing.
Right.
They haven't tweaked it to the modern world, and it could be a pretty easy tweak. I don't know. They just need to do it first.
Print more money.
Not a good idea. We are not suggesting print more money. Bad idea. Re-implement the gold standard if you want anything.
Here's the issue.
With what gold?
Knox.
Yeah, but they say, "Oh, well, half the gold is missing." Conspiracy.
All the gold is
Jesse
not
Ventura
there.
types.
None of the gold is there. Yeah. Have you seen it? When's the last time there's been an audit?
Then fine. Let's audit it and find out what we're working with.
You know who tried to audit it?
Who?
Your man Ron Paul was going to have that audited.
Yes,
and then guess who didn't get in office?
No, Rand Paul. Ron Paul, right.
I
Sorry.
said Ron Paul.
They have stupid names, both of them. I like Ron Paul. But Ron Paul, he ran as a Republican, but he was more crazy in his ideological
What do you just want? You want a gold standard, then every business should be built up, literally physically built up on a bedrock of gold.
It should, and that's the way it was until like 1913. Then we established the Federal Reserve.
Gold,
and then what happened there? We just started printing money. So the dollar I give you tomorrow, and as we know, the Great Depression, the recession of 2008, we know the dollar I give you ain't worth a goddamn dime tomorrow.
Right.
But before 1913, your dollar was worth the same for 10 years at a time because you had the backing of the gold standard.
Yep.
Then they got rid of it.
It's more. Companies are trying to get more rich. It's going back to what that.
Yeah, but even
Katie
still,
Porter.
I don't understand. Companies can get richer than they are now if they were backed by the gold standard. Because at least then their profits would be more than solid.
No,
because
CEOs aren't looking at making the company richer. The CEOs are looking at how many millions can they make a year, how much taxes they have to pay on their
but they can make millions
house.
And millions more by themselves if they were backed by the gold standard. Because at least their money would be solid.
Yeah.
Because a trillionaire can make his trillions.
But
then tomorrow, his trillions can be worth 500 million.
The problem is the dollar worth to gold right now it's $15,000 for per I forget what weight in gold, a pound of gold. And the problem is the common U.S. citizen, whether or not be you're like middle class or lower class, they don't give a fuck because what is gold used for them? They used to because
until
gold
they got rid of it.
Paper money. That's how
I think we'd be better, middle class, lower class, poor, rich man, little man. Song reference. Thank you. But they could do better if a working class man went to work every day, if we had a gold standard, and worked to buy a bar of gold every couple months just to support his backing and the worth he makes.
But the problem is we're going outside of, like, let's go back to the 1800s, 1700s, where gold was used for literally everything. And precious metals were used for literally everything. Our coins don't have any precious metals in them. They have zinc.
Yeah, but okay, we use precious metals now in our cell phones.
Right.
The
and
shit
that's
we
what
have in our cell phones are worth a lot of money.
The cell phones
but when
are
you
not
go to
gold
trade
standard.
that in at a certain company, we'll give you $200 for that, and you pay $5.
Right. And that's the problem is we're
or
more
less
of
even.
a modernized, a governmental currency valued society now than we are a precious metal society, because the precious metal is used for the products we use, not so much as a currency anymore. And that's the problem with the gold standard, is it won't hold up.
Well, it comes down to a currency is going to be social standing. You see what they're doing in China?
We're not doing China. No. Fuck no.
Okay.
Oh, China hoards our money anyway.
Okay.
I think it's going to
I think if we wanted to go back to the gold standard, it would cost a lot of Americans sacrifice. You get rid of your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Or with the next phone you get is of lesser quality.
I just like...
Or of less... Oh, so you don't get to take that precious
Gold-plate
selfie.
it.
Fine.
Gold plate it.
But that's the thing, though, and that would kind of feeds... even lower-class Americans who still have the ability to buy a brand new Note or S10, they're not going to give up that thing because it's niceties. But I think everybody, the richest and the poorest, should give up these niceties so we can restore some of the old-fashioned things that made us better.
Regression,
the gold
progress.
standard.
Nobody wants to regress progress.
And
they
that's
want
the
newest
problem.
thing now.
But they've done it so much, even in World War II, which is very, very, in the grand
because
scheme
we
of
didn't
things,
have
very,
all the,
very modern history, though.
right.
They
But
had
we
to,
didn't
though.
really have shit back then. What we have, sticks and balls. That's all we had. Now,
But even the 50s, they still did rationing for Korea, and the boom of technology was increasing.
problem is
Granted,
the
we
internet.
didn't have our cell phones and our things like this. Fine.
John, no one
But
had
now here
computers
we
in
are.
the
Let's
60s.
regress a little. Not regress, because I'm still going to have my Note 9. You're still going to have your thing, and he's still going to have his thing. So let's just... Maybe we cut off the advancement. We stick with what we have so
That
we can
makes
shore
no
up
sense.
these metals and precious materials
and
build up our gold standard.
That makes no sense.
I think
To
that's
stop production.
That's bad.
And
because then you
innovation.
I'm not stopping innovation and production, but I'm saying we sacrifice something for the betterment of another
That's
thing.
what you just
Americans
said.
don't want... Yeah, you know what? Fine, I am. Americans don't want... Fine, call me fucking Amon Gert. Let's
That's
stop
you.
this one thing, but why can't Americans sacrifice an S11
Because we're greedy.
deal with
we need
a new
it.
gold
We need it,
standard?
John.
because
We need it.
We're not.
Then you know what? America sucks.
well, America's
And that's
not
what the
war
whole
country
world
anymore.
thinks, and you're right with everybody else.
Listen.
If we aren't willing to sacrifice things like that, then what the fuck's our worth?
The problem
what's
is-
our fighting spirit?
problem is back in the
We fight
1940s
for
through
these
the
things.
1960s, the entirety of the United States was a military centralized country. We didn't care about advancements in technology back then. It helped us out, yes, here or there, but it wasn't like we prioritized that. We didn't prioritize celebrities. We didn't prioritize anything else. Now we are prioritizing what kind of things we have. We are
Prioritizing who does what.
who does what?
Who said what? Where
Who-
they go.
Who has what? What kind of shoes are you wearing?
How many likes
What
do you
kind
have?
of baseball cap are you
So
wearing?
why are we just so
That's why I said
comfortable
it's
with
going
that?
to social.
Well, it's not so much that we're comfortable with it. It's just the majority of Americans just turn a blind eye to what we used to be.
That's
Well,
why I
great.
said it's
Let's
going to
knock
social.
that off. Why
We can't.
Why
Let's
not?
just
Why
execute
not?
people who don't know what about anything about politics. At that point, we're left with maybe 10%
It's not
of
even
the country.
politics. Sacrifice doesn't come from politics. Sacrifice comes from a want for
don't-
betterment. So
right.
why can't we tell all of America? Americans aren't stupid.
Americans are
Generally, but we-
self-centralized. They're
Yeah, well, so are
selfish.
humans. We're all selfish.
On
But
a
if we've
different
got
scale.
a fighter, like a grander thing to fight for, generally, humans are pretty good at joining together. Even after 9/11. Very recently, they all fought together.
Yeah, but what do you do? Here's
Yeah, we did. We invaded 4 countries because of it.
Well,
all with Americans waving their flags.
Look at South Korea and the United States. Nobody did shit. Nobody wanted to intervene in that because it was little fat guy against little fat guy, and nobody wanted to step
No,
in.
they were both in because they were both starving.
Right, and that's the
Cocksuckers.
we don't have the pull we used to have. We're not the Calvary anymore. We're just as struggling as everybody else. You know, the next thing we're going to
Well,
talk
with
about.
the larger military.
Next thing we're going
The
to
amount
talk
of
about.
millions we have in our military is unparalleled for what? It's the next 30 countries
Right,
behind us?
right. In the old statistics versus new statistics, and even
It's a
still,
new statistic.
Look at
Millions
at, like,
of
Russia.
Americans
Look
in-
at Russia and us trying to get the nuclear race back on. For what fucking reason? At this point, anybody
Well,
can
if you
go
want to
to.
argue that, we shouldn't be in any country.
No, we shouldn't. I think everybody should pull out, but you should have
But
immigration.
I mean everywhere.
No,
we
everywhere.
shouldn't be in Germany. We shouldn't be in Japan. We shouldn't be in France.
We shouldn't be
be in South Korea. We shouldn't be
anywhere.
in anywhere.
well, on the
And
side
that's
part,
fine.
like vacations
if we
and
wanted
like
to
stuff
do
like that.
If we wanted to do that, sure, let's pull out all those
Immigration.
countries. Even Republicans are weird for thinking this.
Right.
Again, I'd like to stress that I am a Republican. I do have my beliefs. But pull out of all those cocksuckers.
Yes.
Then you pull them all back home. We can reduce the military by 50% and still be more than enough secured.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And then even still, when we do that, we sacrifice the spending. Then maybe we can incorporate all of our luxuries plus, and incorporating the gold standard to bring it back to full circle. If we get rid of all that spending, how many trillions and trillions?
You and your gold standard.
I love the gold standard. But seriously, though,
you play too much Red Dead.
Trust me, no. Even still, Red Dead Redemption 2, when you get to a certain mission, the economy's ruined. So, it's not even that at that point. There's a certain bank heist you do. It doesn't matter. Inflation, practically. Red Dead Redemption from Rockstar Games gives you an idea of inflation. Because it gives you an abundant amount of money with not enough money to spend, so the money's just sitting there, inflation occurs. You made me read that deep into Red Dead Redemption, and I hate you. But that's the way it is when you think about it. Have you played it?
No, I sometimes think I'm a sociopath because I manipulate people on that level.
No. But now, yeah, okay, so RDR2 says this is what inflation does. Fine, I'll deal with that. But I think it's the military part. If we cut it, if we get out of everything, we don't deserve to be in everything.
No.
After World War II, we thought, okay, we're the only surviving power because you think Europe was destructed by bombing raids and
Russia,
things like that.
You make nice with Russia. You start turning you turn a blind eye to them.
No, but I mean superpower. England, France couldn't take over because they were bombed to shit.
Fucking done.
So America came along, and then the arms race, and we deal with that. Then fine.
What are we gonna call?
I'm talking right now.
What are you gonna call the California exit? Cal exit?
Yeah,
sure.
What they were calling
but
it.
If we get rid of every troop in every foreign country, out of France, out of England, out of the Middle East, out of anywhere, bring them home, cut them by 50%, gold standard. You're welcome. John Jeffrey for president, 2038.
Wow, that's old. I can go in 5 years.
You have to be old to be president.
You have to be at least 35.
45.
35.
35?
No, never mind. No, it would still be 38.
I could go 5 years, so 2024.
I won't vote for you unless you have my gold standard.
I'll have a silver standard because silver's easier and it's used in a lot more things.
It's more pliable, sure, fine.
Way more pliable.
Fine, you do silver standard. Ryan Moore has my vote.
Silver standard.
See, that's the problem is gold is way too expensive for any household, but you can buy silver, the same amount in silver in weight, for like $15.
Yeah, but when I say gold standard, they still traded with gold, silver, or not silver too. They had silver dollars and gold.
Right, and that's why I carry a silver dollar. But
you wonder what happened there.
But what country uses precious metals currently?
None. And don't you see that as a problem? So what? We're just trading sheets of toilet paper. We're like, maybe this will make us good in 10 years.
The next form of currency is not going to be physical.
It's going to be social. I keep telling you.
It won't be social. It'll be military weapons. It's the only available thing that countries can trade.
It's going to be blockchains.
It's not going to be the fucking blockchain. It's going to be
blockchains.
Social. On a blockchain.
No.
Blockchain. You're going to
social on a blockchain.
You're going to... No, it's not going to be social.
Yes, it is.
It's not going to be social.
I'm telling you it's going to be social.
Absolutely not.
No, definitely not.
And I don't think it'll be Bitcoin or blockchain.
A social score is not going to give anybody currency to go out in there.
Yes, it is.
You're starting the social score as
because
monetizing.
Why are you guys? It won't be a social thing. It'll be a government trading weapons to another nation.
Listen, it's because people want people to be nice.
But
it's nice that you think people will still have a place.
The left is scared. They need niceness. They don't like when you raise your voice and not get mad. They can't handle it. So that's why it's going to be social. So if you sit here and talk to someone from the left like this, then you're like, blah, 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 drop your social. So now you can't go buy a car.
I would say Ryan's from the left.
But what do you mean buy a car? What are you going to use to buy the car? Your
social score.
Social score
an AK-47.
Your social score is going to be like, look,
we're not going to be
you are mean,
we're not going to be
so you can't own this type of thing.
That are not going to happen in the United States. We're not going to be those.
No, we've spent a lot of time.
Do you know who AOC is? She is a socialist.
Yeah, and they're not going to be coming to power.
Are you kidding? It's going on already. That's why it's not going to fucking
but her type of socialism won't happen. We spent a lot of time
fighting. It is happening.
We don't have a social score. We have a credit score.
Yeah, but you think what? Because of her, just in 4 years, we'll just become a communist state?
I didn't say that.
So what's your plan here? A communist state is no freedom of speech, no Second Amendment, no Fifth Amendment, no anything like that.
Sounds like what they want to get passed right now.
Yeah, they want to get it passed.
Sounds like what they want to get passed.
It won't happen.
You ready for this?
It won't happen.
If you want,
John, have you seen New York City? They have trounced on your free speech. You cannot.
Yes.
You cannot.
But have you seen us?
People.
Have you seen us? There's a lot of people like all four of us here.
So what? We're
like
not in New York City. We're in Buffalo, New York.
I was right the first time.
So what?
Like 3 of us here. There's plenty of people like us.
So
that
I'm
won't let it
gonna
happen.
reveal
Look where you live. This is Western New York. It's a mostly Republican area.
John, I'm trying to tell you what's happening. You're not seeing it.
Okay, real quick.
Isn't the same thing in California?
No, real quick. I gotta plug this in real quick.
You have very smooth.
I'm trying to take your
hair.
guns away.
It's the real quick plug to show you what this could become if that passes through.
It's topical.
Here's
it's
my topical. Okay, here's my inner weeb coming along. If you guys have the time, watch Psychopaths. That is the system you are currently describing. It's a
show?
social scope. It's an anime.
Anime?
It's an
I've
anime.
seen that so many times.
Psychopaths is what you are suggesting. Everybody has a psychological number based off of how likely they are to commit crimes and do things. And this is what you're suggesting. It's not a what's the word? Utopian path.
Ryan, I'm not saying I want that, by the way. I'm saying that's what it's going to be.
No, it's definitely not what it's going to be. Because then
especially based on crime.
Global monitoring, you have governmental control over monitoring all the streets, you have governmental control over where you go and what you do. This is communism.
Look at what is going on right now. There are cameras all around the city of Buffalo. Your phone tracks you everywhere you go.
Okay,
if you
fine.
have you,
let me ask.
It's happening.
No.
The more you describe, the more
SonScotty.
Look, the more you describe, the more you're making my thing right.
In 15 years. What do you foresee happening?
In 15 years,
in
a
actuality,
lot tighter
what
control.
do you see happening?
A lot tighter social control.
Okay.
In what regard?
In the regard of, like you said, more tracking. You see what these robocalls are doing now. There's voice tracking technology that can duplicate your voice. I'm trying to explain what I think's gonna happen in 15 years. You ask me questions.
Well, no, but who is currently using it? Who is using what could become what you're talking
companies
about?
Now, governments
who
will.
Else
it's just a matter of fact.
The data
it's not
ever.
companies. Companies aren't using the cameras.
Your government.
At least they had to fight against Samsung for tracking people in China.
It's a portion of the government that we
Ryan, do you want for all branches of the government to say this with such certainty? Because I don't think you do.
No. The branch of the government that is currently using this technology is the law enforcement part of the government.
Yeah, and
law enforcement.
And who runs them?
The government.
And
obviously.
who runs them?
Just the government.
Exactly.
The people. The people are ones
That's what
who
you
elect the government.
wish. That's what you wish would happen.
Well, it's true.
Not the case anymore.
Like it's electoral college and gerrymandering and everything is just an absolute shit show.
So how can you trust anything?
Well, it go off the grid.
Exactly.
Buy yourself a plot of land. Go off the grid.
Because a lot of people are concerned with this. So that's what they gotta do.
But that's giving up at that point.
Right.
You just get off the grid.
What are you gonna do? If I go out there and I exert 110% of my life's effort to changing this, I will not be successful. The odds are stacked against a single person. You need to rally literally 90% of the fucking population of the United States to switch things.
Yeah.
But 90% of the population only cares what frickin' Kim Kardashian had for lunch earlier that day.
And the other 50% doesn't, so it's a civil war. We've had one of those before, and the better half won out.
Yeah,
we ended slavery.
We ended slavery, but this isn't. This is
what are we gonna end now?
The minds?
There's not even like a crazy thing to end right now.
Slavery of the minds.
I disagree. I think there is a crazy thing to end now.
What's the crazy thing?
Enough of censoring speech.
What's the crazy
enough
thing that's
of
like
anything
slavery
like
to
that.
end? That
Enough
we have
of
to band together.
Getting people fired from their jobs because what they think or what
they say. So you want to take down the left? Is what you would want to do.
Yeah, fine. Yes. Enough of censorship.
So it's a fight against
even
the
right,
left.
But the right is guilty of the things too. If you say something against the military, the Republicans are like, "Oh, well, you must hate the United States."
Because why would you say anything about? Why would you say anything bad about the military? I never got that. Why are you talking about the people who put their own life?
The point is,
their own life
see,
on
this
the
is
line?
the thing. You should be able to say about anything you want to talk about.
No, you should. But I'm saying, why would you though? Those are like, why would you make fun of them and old people?
Right to. When we
real
start
quick.
censoring
But why would you though?
That's the fight.
I'm not saying to censor it because
so
I don't like it.
People sacrificing their lives. Yeah, go to Japan. What are you gonna do there?
I don't know. I've never been in the military.
You'll go fight for your life in Germany. Go fight for America's freedom in Germany. Fight for America's freedom in Europe.
Guess what? If shit were to pop off, guess who's over there?
England.
Us. So now
we
it's time
have
to
a small dispatch
of
of like maybe a platoon over there.
Ryan, what?
Like 90% of our military isn't in the right area.
It's not.
We're all over the place. If anything were to happen anywhere, we
not
already have a resistance.
Though? We're all over the place.
Literally, if
you just said we should pull our troops out of Japan,
out of everywhere,
out of Germany, out of these places.
Said our troops are all over the place. That's the problem. They should be out of everywhere.
They should, but we're not. So this is what we're fucking working with, Johnnery. John.
Now that's a weird name for me. I've never heard it before.
What we're working with is America is a gigantic hypocrite when it comes to military. If Russia had troops everywhere,
which they
people
couldn't,
would lose their fucking mind.
You know why? Because they can't.
Because we would start a war.
Because we come through and start swinging. Okay, say you don't want our base here. Now let's get some shit that we want.
We should just launch nukes at North Korea and China and just
let any country stand up and say, you know what, we don't want your base here. Oh no, more bases. And now if you want to do something,
and that especially too. Fine. Jerusalem in the Middle East or Israel is a giant powder keg area.
Of course,
we are so located in that area. It's horrendous.
Yep.
Pull all of our troops out of Palestine.
Yeah.
Out of Israel. Are one of our biggest allies.
See what happens.
Out of Israel.
Yeah.
Out of Iraq.
Yeah.
Out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
They'll
be beckoning for us. And you know what our response should be when they say, "Oh, America, come back," after they burn our flag and spit on our name, as they even do it in France.
Yep.
Let's remove all our troops from France too. They spit on the flag there.
Let's see how the
You want this, you deal with it yourself. America should just come home.
Come home. Let Russia invade.
But seriously, let them. You shit on us for so long. No, seriously, they've shit on us for so long.
I agree.
You know when Russia comes a knocking with their tanks,
I was never saying
deal with it.
I was never saying we should be these places, but since we are in these places, this is what's going on. Is what we're talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about the reality, and we're talking about the brighter future.
We're trying. What you're saying.
He's talking in a context of now.
He is currently stuck in his social monetized view because she's looking at the now and what's not going to be in the future. Like what we could do to be in the future, but better.
And that's what politics is. It's just bitching about the future.
You know what we need to do?
Now.
You know what we need to do? Build a space elevator.
That wouldn't.
And then just jump off and kill ourselves?
No. You know how we would.
Did you just say space elevator?
Yes. You know what a space elevator is?
No, but you better make it
a Dyson sphere around
tell me what it is.
Space elevator. Instead of sending rockets to space, it's like it's sending a rope from the ground all the way up into space to where you can just launch from space without having any propellant.
It's very cute that you think we dedicate our time to that instead.
Why not? But here's the thing:
build a Dyson sphere around the Earth.
Well, that would not do anything.
It would make everything right. Why we have a space elevator in one
because
spot?
the next race we have to go against, the moment
so you're talking about like when humans are gone.
So it's like no. Like the next thing
talking about planning for the future.
We are caught up in a politic-based society. No matter what no matter what country you go into, it's all about politics and nothing about going to expanding humanity as a whole. The next course of action is space.
It shouldn't be.
It is. Why shouldn't it be?
It should be.
We're not ready though.
We're not ready
because we haven't conquered the Earth yet.
Tomorrow, if our president...
We have not conquered the Earth yet.
No, tomorrow, if our president said, I'm forming a union with all of the nations on the planet. That's what it would take for us to colonize space.
Right.
Every nation would have to give it together.
Yeah, but
let's say tomorrow he finally agreed, like every nation finally agreed to it. Hypothetical. Mm-hmm. And then we started, building ships and we started creating habitats to live in on, starting at Mars and even going further. Mm-hmm. Fine. We develop all that. Mm-hmm. But we'll still kill each other in the same way 100 years from now that we do now.
But if we formed a union, don't you think other countries would be, like, oh, that was a radical group that we're going to hunt?
No.
You don't have to bother.
No.
Why,
they should.
They're so pessimistic.
No. Not even pessimistic. There is an actual reality in which this can happen. There's a scientist, a physicist called Michio Kaku.
Yeah,
right.
That guy.
He said that's totally possible, and the way he describes it is totally possible. But the main key,
in fantasy
order
land,
for this to
possible.
happen, is to get rid of religion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am all 100% on board.
So am I.
That is me in a nutshell.
Fine. So am I, but you're not doing that within the next 1,000 years.
Billions.
No, it's coming. It's coming. It's
no,
coming.
it's not.
Yeah,
You're talking soon, like in 50? No, that won't happen for
50. I'm not saying 50.
1,000.
It's starting now, is what I'm saying.
No, it's not. The Middle East is even more encouraged by their radical beliefs.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
And that's what I'm so if you get the U.S., who's generally a Christian place to live, and you talk about the Middle East, who is a very radical Muslim place to live, when you get rid of those religions, sure, we can colonize anywhere in the galaxy.
Getting rid of those religions, I think religions needs to butt out of government and countries.
Which wouldn't happen.
Yeah, but that doesn't work. We've created our republic on the ideal that government and church are separate, but that's just not the way it is.
You know why? Because somebody abolished the law that's separation of church and state. They abolished that whole thing, and guess who it was? Fucking Trump.
Yeah, well, fucking Trump. You want to blame fucking Trump? You don't think another senator is totally anti-religion and another governor is totally for
running
religion?
a country is just
it's
about
not
numbers.
The president. It's everybody. They all have either they all have religious beliefs or they all hate religious beliefs.
Right, and
blaming the president isn't the problem here, especially for your ideal of colonizing.
Yeah, just replace.
It won't happen in the next 600 lifetimes.
Replace the top 10 of the entire government with scientists. See what happens.
Look, Notre Dame just burned down. I think.
Yeah, the problem there is though scientists don't look at humans as humans; they look at them as statistics. Then you run into the problem as Nazi Germany. You never looked at Jews like humans. They looked at them as lesser than human lesser than scientifically.
That was their ego. That has nothing to do with science. You talk to any of the major scientists.
When science becomes government becomes fascist. It becomes dictatorship.
Isn't that what you would want? Is science being the main reason why we have a country?
Not if it's a dictatorship. Not if I have a bunch of eggheads running everything who say, "Oh, you're not operating at this, statistical level. Then fuck you, you're gone."
Well, it's not necessarily what it's going to be. Like I'm saying, replace them because
you put a lot of faith in science.
Yes, I do.
Science is great for a very great chunk of things.
Because nobody in the government listens to fucking science anymore.
Great, and then when science takes over completely, no one will listen to anything else. It'll just be science.
Why the fuck would you need to? Like, understand at this point.
Understand when science takes over and science completely, then people who interrupt science, and they die.
90% of the people in the science field or in any sort of field like that.
Those people have Asperger's.
They have no.
They don't look at humans as humans.
They don't care about religious aspects.
No, but they look everything in numbers. A scientist will say that there are billions and billions of people on the planet, and we need to get rid of a lot of that, so they'll kill 1 billion people because it needs to be
Neil
done
deGrasse
for science.
Tyson. All those people that you see on talk shows.
Sure, give them a position as a dictator.
And they're not going to be a dictator.
You want to bet?
Yes, they will.
You want to bet? The greater good for science is that we kill half of our population so we can live.
They're not going to kill half of our population.
It's numbers. You think that scientists...
They've already said they need to do that.
They are retards for science.
They already said they need to do that.
Yeah, they are...
Ryan, I wish I had your outlook on life. I swear to God I do.
They don't believe in emotion. They are scientists. It's facts. It's statistics.
Sure.
And whatever doesn't line up for that, well, then how can that possibly work? And you want that as a government.
Sure. This is your view on scientists. My view is a little bit more pleasant.
That's fine.
But my view on the world isn't pleasant.
Why not?
It won't work.
Because your view on scientists is skewed.
What's your view on the world?
Let's let scientists only. And I'm not talking the famous ones.
Why not just the famous?
No, fuck them. Let's talk real scientists. Your ones in the labs who
How
don't
do you
see
know
enough
who a
sunlight.
real scientist
The
are?
umbrella
though?
guys.
No,
But who do you even know?
No.
Because you're
no
not
one,
going to
no
say
one
what
who is in the public light.
We're talking about the umbrella guys.
Yeah, fine, for lack of a better
For
phrase.
fuck's sake.
Let's
For the
get
metaphor.
the people who are in labs all day, who are researching ways to kill
But
cancer.
do you even
If
talk
only we
about
could
these
kill this-
people, though? How do you even know about these people? How do you know about their views if you don't talk to them?
How do
You
you
are
know
just
about their
assuming
views?
who these people are, just like based off your own twisted view.
Ryan,
I'm not saying you might be wrong.
Even thus, it's the same way they look at people who have religious views, though.
Religious
So
views.
where's the common denominator?
The common denominator is trying to save the fucking planet, trying to save the people who live
But
right
religious
now.
views don't hold into that.
Religious views don't fucking care. Religious views, Israel, the holy place, is a religious war for no fucking reason. It's a piece of land that they say is sacred. Who the fuck cares?
So how do you end that?
They
How do you-
do.
With
They
scientists
care.
and government. How do you end
why
it?
they're fighting.
You pull out and you let them kill each other.
Kill each
Let
other.
them run it.
We're
these
talking,
They did in
we're
statistics-
talking more about the
They
So
didn't-
these statistics just
They
kill
didn't.
each
They
other
didn't
until
butt
they no
into
longer
those
exist.
tribal wars in Africa. They let them duke it out.
They let them duke it out. Who the fuck? Why would you intervene in something religious when we have greater issues? We could solve world poverty. We could solve world hunger. We could do that. We could solve global warming. We could solve the pollution in the oceans. We could solve temperature
we?
rise. We, as in the United States.
But the thing
So
is,
the United States can solve world hunger.
hey,
It could.
But
The entire world.
Yes.
yeah,
Without
we could.
help from anybody
Yeah.
else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I ride with that.
Yes.
The thing is, though, if we go over there, my fear and what history has shown, we give them all these things. We show them how to do
And they
things.
use it
and
right
then
back against
and then
us.
No,
Then they knock
no,
down another two
no,
towers.
No, not even that. I'm talking about someone in that country, area, group, whatever, rises up to be a dictator. And then there you go.
We can solve world hunger. So we go to warring chiefs in Africa.
It's like these guys, like
we give them all these things. We give them food.
They
We
don't
give
want
them
you to
weapons.
solve
we
their
give them
issues.
everything that
If
can
we're
make
They're
them a
happy
nation.
with their issues because they can
And then
oppress.
what happens?
They're happy with their
We
issues
suffer
because they
the
can oppress.
consequences.
When the
here's
UN
the
gives
line. Here's
aid to some of these places, these guys go in and steal
Let's
it and
look
then
at our
fuck
history.
you over.
Let's
and when
look
you
at-
live over there and you're
let's
poor
look at-
as
I miss
fuck and you're eating the red
isolationism.
dirt, that's what's happening.
Long
You
live
can't get your
being
grains
an
in a bowl
isolationist.
that you see on the
Let's just
fucking
ignore
Sarah
everybody.
McLachlan TV shows.
Let's not cure world hunger. Let's cure hunger here in the United States. Fuck everyone.
Well, yes,
How about-
cure us before.
Fuck them all.
Yeah,
help
Not
ourselves.
before.
I'd
Fuck them. Let's cure our hunger. Let's cure our cancer.
I'll get on that.
And then when they want it, tell them to go fuck off.
Stop drinking for a second. Let me talk.
because they've done that.
No.
Motherfucker.
Or you can't. You
So
can't.
your radical ideas are fine because you aren't drinking.
You can't kick
'Cause I'm
my
sober.
flag in the
Yes.
Yeah,
ass
so
for
what's
help.
the difference here?
Because
They're two radical ideas, sure.
so yes, you can't help yourself. You can't help others until you help yourself. I agree with you on
Then
that.
why help others after the fact?
Help others after the fact because we can't let 90% of the world burn.
We can.
We can, but then what do we have?
Us.
Yes,
Over
us.
here.
But what do we have to
And
move
then-
on to?
The rest of the world when everyone's gone.
What's
Okay,
your problem?
I'm not mad at that.
Just being the scientist here.
Here's
Yeah, right. Like we did back in the day.
let's look at United States history, and then
Sure.
before then, where we came from. So United States history came over. We were colonizing. We took land. We stole, and look at where we are now.
And did it hard.
Go even farther back. Let's look into European history, where 90% of the people, well, not 90%, 50% of the people here in the United States now came from and originated from Europe. Let's look back in their history. They had nothing but dictatorships from the get-go as lords and kings.
Right.
So you tell me a dictatorship is always going to be a dictatorship is preposterous. Yes, they might start off dictatorship. We don't have any part of that. We helped them grow into an actual government. And then eventually the people there will come onto their own and then get
From
rid
a
of the...
republic, and now you want to replace it with a dictatorship.
Someone always wants
not
to
saying
be the
replace it with the
powerful one.
dictator.
Right, so what do you
Dictatorship.
want to replace it with? The republic is the
Right, okay,
part
you
in
know
the
what?
rock we've caved out for ourselves.
Right, but we don't have a republic right now.
It is a republic.
It's not a republic.
It is.
It's not.
It is. We
No,
voted.
my vote does not count.
No, it doesn't. No, it does. You vote for congressmen and you vote for senators directly.
Those congressmen don't have the same views as me.
Yes, but you don't for the president of the republic. That's never how you vote for your senators. You vote for your congressmen directly. You don't vote for your president directly. That's what the representatives are for. Yeah, it is still a republic. So what are you going to replace it with?
The republic doesn't
work. So
your republic doesn't work. Your republic doesn't work.
No, that's what a republic is. So what do you want to replace it with? You vote for representatives.
We vote for representatives that lie to our fucking faces.
Mm-hmm. Great, and that's how a republic works. No, it always has, and it always will. No. That's how it worked in Athens. No. Even as a democracy as Athens, you still vote in people, they lie. So what's your fix? What's your fix?
The fix is to not have a president, have 7 bodies that are the centralizing core of everything. You have 2 on the left, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and 1 in this middle.
For our republic, what is your fix?
That's the fix.
What's the fix? Get rid of and then replace it with what?
7 individuals. 3 on the left, 3 on the right, 1 in the middle. You always have somebody who's not related to a side. You have an independent.
It's funny that you think that one person would never fall towards a side.
No, they'll fall towards a side. That's why you have 7 majority
More
vote.
often than not, they will always fall to a side.
Yes, but it won't be
Democrat.
one side or the other. It could be both. It could be one side or the other.
Their self-interest. If someone approaches them and says vote this way, then they will fall that way. So what's your fix? That's the way our republic has worked. Always will work.
It's not working.
Your one in the middle idea.
We voted for fucking Trump. Do you not see what's going on here? Do you not see our republic works so well? We voted for a fucking Cheeto that has no idea about global warming, who doesn't fucking care. I swear to God, he's a step away from believing the world is fucking flat.
Sure, and I'm guessing
I wish he would
come
and say that.
He goes right through fucking Flint with a dirty oil line, and they still don't have clean water to this day. Sure. And he doesn't.
And you know what? The next Democrat president won't fix it either.
Nobody will fix it.
No, so what's the fucking difference, Ryan?
Wait. Elon Musk
I do, because
Flint.
Trump, you all like to hate on Trump, but what's he doing different than any other politician? It's just that he's louder about it.
He fucked up more than any other politician
really?
so far.
How?
Tell him, Ryan.
What's he fucked up?
What hasn't he
What's he fucked up? No! Fuck you. What's he fucked up?
Give him 3. Give him 3.
No,
Just
what's
give him
he
3.
fucked
Give him
up?
3. Give him 3.
No,
Ryan.
Democrats never give me an exact.
No, he's gonna give them to you. He's gonna give them to you.
The oil line. The oil line. The oil line.
What else?
And Obama didn't fuck the oil line either.
I have no idea. He might have started
So what's the second?
Global warming. He won't listen to anybody about
Neither
global
did Obama.
Listen.
What did Obama do that was so great for fucking
I didn't
global
vote
warming?
for fucking
Absolutely
anybody.
nothing.
I'm not saying...
No, I'm only equating the way you hate a Republican the way that I hate Democrats. Sure, let's go on that road.
Ooh.
I'm not...
So Trump, fine, didn't fix the fucking global warming.
You want to know what Obama did? Obamacare. This bullshit thing, Obamacare.
Great.
That's what
we
he
agree on that.
Obamacare.
Fine.
I hate that.
Next one.
Next one?
What's so shitty about Trump?
Trump?
Yes.
He's just
tell him
everywhere.
Tell him. No,
yes,
Ryan. Tell him. Tell him.
That's
man.
what
tell
we
him.
need to fix the country. Trump just sucks.
Ryan, you have to tell him to shut him up.
I'm not saying he's the sole cause.
But you just say he fucks up everything. That's the problem with you Democrats. You don't point out things.
Ryan,
that's pissing me off.
Get him.
It's good. I'm glad it's pissing you off. What has he done that's
wrong?
Him.
What pissing me off is you just branded fucking me.
What has he done has wrong?
Hang on.
You're branding me. I don't fucking like that.
That's fine, but you get to hate on Trump no matter what.
I hated on fucking Obama too.
That's great. What has... Well, fine. Republicans are always accused as Nazis, so I'm a Nazi. We get to sit in that.
The last 5 fucking presidents didn't do fuck all for this fucking country.
But you keep saying Trump is blah, blah, blah. Trump is terrible.
Because he's current. I can't go into the fucking future and blame the next fucking person for their fuck-ups. I don't fucking care if they're Democrat or Republic. Upset. I don't give a shit. Nobody fucking cares about the United States. You run oil lines. You do shit to people who don't fucking deserve it. We're finally fucking legalizing marijuana because it was a radical scare by fucking Reagan because he's like, oh no, it's a drug, a gateway drug.
Who did you want
Let him talk. Let him talk.
I don't want fucking anybody.
Who do you want?
I don't want fucking anybody.
What is your result?
I want the whole entire...
Don't just say Trump is
incompetent. Let him talk.
What is your result?
John,
I want answers.
John, let him talk.
It's my America too. What's your fix?
John,
I'm waiting.
Let him talk. He's gonna get it.
The fix is redoing the entire fucking structure. Get rid of every greedy motherfucker that's up in the top.
So
what else?
Everybody. It's all of them.
Yes, it's all
Congress,
of them.
The Senate, the Judiciary.
It's the entire republic that needs to replace.
He's about to tell you. Let him
talk. It just needs to be replaced.
Let him talk.
With people from the society. Why can't we get governors?
So what government do you want to replace it with?
The same one. Don't get me wrong. The same one. It's not
so
the
you
problem.
still want a republic?
It's not the problem with the structure. It's a problem with the people.
So the republic is a fine idea, but what do you want it replaced with?
I'm not replacing the republic. I'm replacing
You're
the
replacing
people.
the people in it, but with whom?
With elected officials, newly elected officials that aren't
From what class?
What?
The educated? The
Yes,
uneducated?
the educated
The workers?
I think what
They
he's
all
trying to
seem
say.
to make their way up there, so what are you replacing
John,
with?
I think what he's trying to say is you replace all, like literally what Trump said, drain the swamp. No, but drain it and then bring people who are actually going to be represented properly and represent
Fine,
you
but
properly.
who are you replacing it with?
Stop.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
getting
wait,
to that. I'm
wait,
telling
we
you,
can't- I
people
can't
from our
give you
community.
names,
I'm
man.
not asking for names, but
People from your
it
community.
just baffles me how you expect a different result.
From your community.
why
is what
wouldn't
he's
you?
saying.
Because you're electing people
They're not
into power,
listening.
so you expect a different result. It's still going to be the same way.
What
As
if you
soon
got
as they get
elected into power? What if you got elected into power? Would you treat the government the same way these guys treat the government?
Probably, eventually, and so would you.
No,
and
I
so would
definitely
him.
would. No.
And so would everybody else.
No, I disagree.
After 30 years, fine. You want to put a limit on it? Fine. You want to fix our republic? Let's give
John
senators
is in
and
his cups.
congressmen like a one-term limit.
There we go.
Fine.
Yeah. Done.
A fucking agreement has been struck. You
Tell
want to
us-
fix this republic, one-term limit.
Tell us what the
you
agreement
get 2
is.
years to fix it.
2.
If you can't do it, we'll either vote you back in to fix it or go fuck yourself. You want to fix our republic? That's the way to do it.
It's the greatest way to do it because it promotes communication with people who are going to be
But
your next.
nobody wants to talk about it. In fact, I think a presidency should be a one-term only.
I don't think we should have a president.
I think we should. You need a head of government. But should it be for 8? No, it should be for 4. And you know what? Fine. I'll do it across the board. Even for our Supreme Court. A lifetime long appointment.
Fuck that.
One term. I'll give them 4 years just because they're judges. Fine.
have more
I'll
than
give
enough-
them 4.
we have more
But
than-
for senators, for congressmen, you get 1 year, or no, 1 term, 2-year policy.
Yep.
Get it done. If you don't, fuck you. But if they do good in 2 years, fine. We'll vote you in again. There shouldn't be a limit on how many times you vote you, but it should be directly based on what people think about you.
Yep, I totally agree with that.
I would agree.
I mean, there are career congressmen right now in Washington who have been congressmen on both sides for 40 years.
It's ridiculous. It's a game they're playing.
You know what? I'm
House of Cards.
I'm
It's all
retracting
greed.
again.
It's all
I don't care how
greedy.
popular you are. 1 term. Fuck them. No, you get 2 years to figure it out.
2 years.
I don't care if you're like the most popular. You get 2 years.
It promotes communication between all of the parties and
are
everything,
silly ideas.
everything together.
And the next one they vote for, sure, might hold the same views as the past one, but they're gone in 2 years. Fine. I'd be happy with that.
All right. There's that. Ryan,
That was
I know you
heated.
got to get going at like 6:30. You still want to?
Oh, we got 10 minutes.
Want to wrap it up a little
Oh,
bit?
we got
or
5 minutes. 5
Yeah,
minutes
5
wrap
more
up.
Minutes. All right.
Wrap up.
So that was a really good discussion.
Good luck.
The Republic is falling. Long live the Empire. Oh, your path to the dark side.
You guys got pretty intense right there. That was, I think that's some good content.
Good luck.
Oh, please.
balancing
I am the
levels.
Emperor, and he is my Darth Vader. We will take over everything. Shut the fuck
And
up.
I'll throw you down a shaft.
Yes, sir. But only after 3 movies.
Right.
So I still get time to make a difference.
Well, no, kind of 4 movies if you include the 3rd episode.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. So you get 3 movies.
3.
Because fuck that.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I love Revenge of the Sith. I really do. Phantom Menace can suck my cock. Attack of the Clones was like your average
Menace.
blockbuster
It was a love
movie.
story.
What was a blockbuster movie?
It was a love story.
But Revenge of the Sith was great.
Let's talk about The Last Jedi.
I didn't even see it.
Good.
Wait,
you can skip that one.
What?
I didn't even see that.
You, can
You
skip
didn't see
that one.
Return of the Jedi?
no,
episode
no.
6.
No, I thought you
No, The
said
Last Jedi.
Yeah, the Last Jedi.
Oh,
he
fuck
said.
that, fuck that, fuck that, ignore it.
He's so angry.
The throne room fight.
Because it sucks. No, watch,
The fight was good. and then make
It was
better
good.
Rick in the
What?
No, I'm not gonna. There are parts in the Last Jedi that are good, like when what's her name goes into light speed and just.
Oh,
through those
that
Imperial
was
ships.
fantastic.
That made me orgasm 25 times.
The problem
in
was,
2 seconds.
why did she become the biggest pain in the ass to Poe? Poe was just trying to help out. If she just explained the fucking plan.
Leia too. Just
Leia
say,
too.
hey, you want to know what's going on? But no, let's not explain.
We're gonna make you rebel.
Yeah.
A
And then we'll
rebel within
shoot
a
you.
rebel.
We'll knock you out for a couple hours.
You'll be on the
and
ship
then we'll
going to what would-
explain as we're leaving, but I have to kill myself anyway. Fuck that movie. Mm-hmm. Force Awakens was good.
The Force Awakens was pretty good.
J.J. Abrams.
I like that.
is
Yeah,
the one.
I like
The
7.
problem I'm having right now
like
is Finn does not exert any like secondary male lead characteristics.
Finn's supposed to be a
He
really
doesn't explain
strong character, I
Any
believe.
characteristics. What am I supposed to think
He's
of Finn?
supposed to be a strong person.
No, he's just a dude who fights once in a while.
And that's the problem is like when you take for example like Superman, you have to focus on Superman in his films
'Cause it's
You
his
couldn't-
movie, though.
You couldn't focus on the dude who knows Clark.
Exactly.
Like it's like he's two
And that's what
cubicles
Finn
down.
is. He's
and
the
that's
dude
what
that
Finn
knows
is.
Rey.
Right.
But even still, in The Last Jedi, Rey wasn't really amounted to anything. It was The Force Awakens that sets Rey up to be like this new and impressive fucking lady. But what happens in The Last Jedi? She just fights Kylo Ren. Blah-do-do-do-do.
It nearly gives him a handy and then leaves.
Yeah, doopy-doo. The Last Skywalker, though, that's coming up, she seems like she's got an important role. And Finn, even in the trailer, looks like he's at least a modicum more important.
Right. All right.
Let's end this goddamn thing.
Oh my
Well,
god.
that has been Drinks at 5, episode 8. I am Ryan.
I thought it's not important.
Yeah, it's 8.
Okay.
I'm Ryan as well.
I'm John.
And we'll be seeing you next week when we bring in another guest. I don't know who it is. I think it's
Teasing a guest. We don't know who yet, though.
Jonah.
Jonah.
Is it Jonah next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonah will be with us next time.
Jonah Hicks. And that's it. Goodbye. Good night. See you guys later. Bye.